You know that rush you get from endless TikTok scrolling? Your brain might be drowning in it. Today, we're diving into the dopamine detox phenomenon, what it really means, why it matters, and how a 30-day reset could transform your focus and motivation.
And it's fascinating timing because we're seeing an unprecedented surge in what researchers call dopamine burnout, especially among younger generations.
Before we dive deeper, help us understand what exactly is dopamine and why should we care about it?
Well, dopamine is often called the motivation molecule. It's a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in how we experience pleasure, learn behaviors, and pursue goals.
So it's basically our brain's reward chemical?
That's a common misconception, actually. It's more like our brain's motivational compass. It helps us evaluate what matters and drives us to take action.
Interesting. And what's happening when we're constantly bombarded with digital stimulation?
According to recent research, the average adult now receives more than 300 digital dopamine hits per day, from notifications, social media, videos, you name it.
300? That seems excessive.
It is. And here's what's concerning. Over time, this constant stimulation actually desensitizes our brain's reward system.
So we need more and more stimulation to feel the same level of satisfaction?
Exactly. Dr. Anna Lemke from Stanford calls this the dopamine deficit state, where our brain adapts by down-regulating dopamine receptors.
And that's where this whole concept of a dopamine detox comes in?
Yes, though interestingly, the term dopamine detox was coined by Dr. Cameron Sapa as more of a marketing phrase. It's not actually about detoxing from dopamine itself.
Oh, really? What is it about then?
It's about taking a strategic break from highly stimulating activities like social media, gaming, or excessive online shopping to help reset our brain's natural reward sensitivity.
And why specifically 30 days?
Research suggests that dopamine receptor sensitivity can take several weeks to reset. The 30-day period provides enough time for meaningful neurological changes.
That makes sense. But what exactly happens during these 30 days?
The process typically involves three main components. First, identifying and eliminating high dopamine activities. Second, establishing new routines. And third, maintaining consistent daily rhythms.
Can you break that down a bit more?
Sure. In week 1, you focus on cutting off major dopamine triggers, logging out of social media, installing blockers, muting notifications.
Sounds challenging already.
It is. Week 2 introduces new routines, like reading for 30 minutes daily, taking walks, having phone-free meals.
And what about weeks 3 and 4?
Week 3 focuses on establishing rhythm, fixed bedtimes, zero weekend screen time, regular meditation. Week 4 is about reclaiming autonomy and designing sustainable focus rituals.
But does it actually work? What does the research say?
A recent University of Zurich study found that just 5 days of reducing high dopamine behaviors led to a 30% increase in motivation for exercise and natural activities.
30%? That's significant.
It is. Participants also reported better sleep quality and enhanced enjoyment from simple activities like walking in nature or reading.
Are there any real-world examples you can share?
One interesting case study involved a marketing manager from Chicago who was stuck in a cycle of TikTok and Netflix every evening.
Sounds familiar to many of us.
Right? After his detox, he reported significantly improved sleep quality, better work focus, and most importantly, he found himself actually enjoying simpler activities again.
What about physical benefits? Are there any?
Yes, actually. One participant documented losing 4 kilograms, experiencing reduced muscle tension, better sleep quality, and even improvements in digestive health.
That's fascinating. What about mental benefits?
The mental benefits are quite striking. People consistently report increased mental clarity, better focus, reduced anxiety, and a deeper sense of peace.
But isn't there a risk of going too extreme with this?
Absolutely. It's important to note that the goal isn't to eliminate pleasure or joy. It's about resetting our sensitivity to natural rewards.
So what's a balanced approach?
The key is to focus on reducing excessive stimulation while maintaining healthy social connections and engaging in meaningful activities.
What are some practical tips for someone wanting to try this?
Start by tracking your current habits. Note which apps you use most, when you use them, and how you feel before and after.
That makes sense. You need a baseline.
Exactly. Then gradually reduce exposure to high stimulation activities while introducing alternatives like reading, exercise, or creative hobbies.
What about work? Many of us need to use technology.
That's where boundaries become crucial. Set specific work hours for necessary tech use and create tech-free zones in your home and schedule.
And weekends?
Weekends are actually perfect for deeper detox practices. Try having one completely screen-free day per week.
That sounds both terrifying and appealing.
That's a common reaction. But many people report that these screen-free days become their most enjoyable and rejuvenating.
What about after the 30 days? How do you maintain the benefits?
The goal is controlled reintroductions. You slowly bring back certain technologies while maintaining the healthy habits you've developed.
Any specific strategies for that?
Yes, set specific time blocks for social media, keep phones out of the bedroom, and continue with your new activities like reading or exercise.
It sounds like it's really about building a new relationship with technology.
Exactly. It's not about demonizing technology, it's about regaining control and intentionality in how we use it.
What's been the most surprising finding from research on this topic?
One fascinating discovery is that people who successfully complete dopamine detoxes often show increased emotional intelligence and better moral reasoning abilities.
That's unexpected. Why do you think that happens?
It seems that when we're less overwhelmed by constant stimulation, we become better at processing complex emotions and understanding different perspectives.
So it's not just about productivity, it's about becoming more present and aware.
Precisely. And this increased awareness often leads to better decision-making and more meaningful relationships.
As we wrap up, what's your biggest piece of advice for someone considering this?
Start small, be patient, and focus on what you're gaining rather than what you're giving up. This isn't about deprivation, it's about reclaiming your attention and energy.
That's a great perspective. Any final thoughts?
Remember that your brain's reward system is incredibly adaptable. Give it time to reset, and you might be amazed at how much more enjoyable simple pleasures become.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts. Maybe it's time we all took a break from that endless scroll. Our brains might thank us for it.
And who knows? Those 300 daily dopamine hits might just become more meaningful conversations and real-world adventures.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, sometimes the best upgrade for your brain is a downgrade in stimulation. See you next time.